Last session we had discussed about foreign policy, Indian foreign policy, and who are implemented that one policy, and what was the main intentions or aim, and why we implemented by foreign policy. So these are the matters we had discussed in last session. So in this class we are discussing next one topic, the basic aspects of or basic objectives of foreign policy, or based on the foreign policy, what was the achievement we done. We already studied there are 5 objectives based we are created by our foreign policy. On this based, what was the achievements or what was the works we done. So these are the matters we are discussing in this session. Okay, first of all, in the achievements, in first one achievement we are discussing that only Panchashila principle. So what is Panchashila principle? What was the work we done based on the Panchashila principle? So these are the matters we are discussing now. So now before that we want to know India and China, both also neighboring country. But when you are comparing their culture, economic, traditional, a society, is there so much of difference? If you are comparing both country geographically or physically, we can say as a cultural way or religious practice, we can see there is so much of variation. But both also neighboring country. But already I told, without the help of other countries, alone we cannot live. That also, this one is neighboring country. China is neighboring country. Without the help of neighboring country, we cannot live peaceful in our society or in our country. So on this based, our government, Indian government, they did one of the agreement with China. So that agreement only we are calling as a Panchashila principles. Because of, already I told, because of both also neighboring country. But when you are discussing about cultural or political, administrative system or economical condition, when you are comparing both, there is so much of difference. And we also want to live as a peaceful way. So in that purpose, our government, they did agreement against or within country China. So who is in this class we are discussing, who are they signed by this one philosophy? Sorry, this one agreement. Who did sign Panchashila principle? Okay, first one, in Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and China's Prime Minister, here they given China's Prime Minister, that person name is, here they given Zhou Enlai. Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, China's Prime Minister Zhou Enlai, both also they signed one of the new agreement in India, that agreement name Panchashila principle. Means we both also neighboring country, we want to do each other, we want to do help. But only mutual help. So on this based, that sentence only showing that one Panchashila principles, means Pancha means 5. 5 based principles or rules and regulations we created both country. Because of, here they saying, because of on that time, both also neighboring country. But when you are comparing the closeness or friendship, that much of good we cannot see in beginning. Because there are some of the border issues going on in Arunachal Pradesh. China is saying that place want to come under with our country. But India is saying no, that is part of India. So on that time, want to solve these are the problems. On this based, both Prime Minister, they did agreement, that agreement Panchashila principles. Okay, now we want to know, what was the Panchashila principles and what was the 5 points they adopted? Okay, first one here they given, respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest. This is first point. Today onwards, in that principles based, we want to give each country also we want to give equal rights or equal powers. Should not ask question any matters. For example, any internal problems is going on in any country, for example, India or China, India should not enter with the problems of China. China should not enter the problems of India's. Means we want to give each equal respect to both countries. So this is first point. if any problems arise in that particular country, internal problems should not enter any other country. Means who are signed in Panchashila principle, they should not enter in that particular problems. So this is first point. Second one here they are saying non-inventions of each other should not attack each other one by one. That means India should not attack or should not capture China's place. Same way, China also should not capture or should not attack India's place. So these also mentioned in Panchashila principles. And third one here they given non-interference in each other's internal issues. Okay, once again here they given if any political matters or administrative matters or any economical situations is going on in that particular internal state or internal country, should not enter any other country in that particular situation or that particular incident. That means in India, if there any problems, if they arise economically crisis or any other something problems, China should not interfere in that particular situation. Same way China also. Same way India also should not enter China's any problems. And next one they are saying mutual cooperation and respect. And next one, fourth one point they are saying in Panchashila principle in we want to give each others, we want to do help. And next one point they are saying respect. We want to respect each other country because of we both also neighboring country. We have our own history, our own tradition, our own culture, our own language. We want to give equal respect to both country. So this is also one of the important point in Panchashila principle. And next one here they are saying last one, peaceful and coexistence. Last one, what we studied in foreign policy of India, that only point they adapted in Panchashila principle also. That is here they given peaceful coexistence. We want to live, both countries also we want to live peacefully. Second one, coexistence. We want to give each other help. Like brotherhood. We want to live like a brotherhood. We want to give each other help. So these are the main 5 points they signed by Indian Prime Minister and China's Prime Minister. Because of both also neighboring country, we want to develop, we need others' help. Without the help, we cannot develop or we cannot progress. So on this purpose, India and China, not only this one we can see, based on the population, both also highest population countries in the world. We cannot see this much of population in any other countries. That much of population we can see in only 2 countries. Not only plenty of human resource we can see only in that both countries. And intellectual and industrial capacity peoples also we can see in that particular countries. So in that purpose, both countries also they sign the policy of Panchashila. So these are the main points about Panchashila principles. But recently, now we can see some of the problems is going on against Panchashila principles. So this one already we have discussed because of nowadays the intention of the countries, the economical development of the objectives of the countries is fully changed. So on this basis now we are seeing there are some of the problems is going on India and China border. But still India they did not attack against China, and China also directly they did not attack against India because of both also we did agreement, that agreement is Panchashila principles. So on this based still now we are peacefully we are solving the problems. Because of why we not doing attack against China, or why China also they are not doing attack against India, means directly, not indirectly, I am saying directly. Why they not doing? Because of we done in the independent time only, when we got the independent, on that time only we did the Panchashila principle against China. China also they signed in that particular agreement. So we both still we are maintain peace with both countries because of we have done Panchashila principles. So these are the important points about Panchashila principles. Okay, now next another topic. Now we are discussing that one. Here they given non-aligned movement. This is also one of the important achievements we done based on our foreign policy. What we maintain or what we return the 5 objectives in that based we done another achievement, or we started on movement in our world. So that is non-alignment movement. So what is non-aligned movement? That only now we are discussing. So before that we want to know, after the 1945, means after the Second World War, end of the Second World War, some of the countries they started competition. What was the competition? That is, who is strong or who want to dominate the world. After the Second World War, in our world, there are some of the countries they started competitions. Means who want to dominate or who want to control all over the world. So on that time, there are 2 important countries, they took the leadership and they started control all over the world. One is Russia, another one is America. America supported by democratic system, same way here Russia they supported by communist philosophy. And they given economical support and financial support and military support also. Who are they supporting? America. For them, they only provided financial support, financial facility or military facility or any other facility. Same way Russia also. Who are they supported? Communist government, or who are supporting Russia? For them, they also provided some of the facilities. So these like totally the world divided as a 2 group in 1945 or in the beginning of independence time of India. So on that time, the both group countries, means Russia and America, their main leaders on that time in the two groups, they are invited India also. If you are not supporting to us, you can do attack. That like they openly they challenge to not only for India, they ask this like of challenge to all over the country. So in that time, there are some of the countries they supported by some of the countries they supported Russia, some of the country they supported to America. So in that time, their thinking means Indian government on the time, the Prime Minister of India Jawaharlal Nehru is solved successfully the problems of the 2 power blocks. Which country or which power block we want to merge. So on that time, our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru is solved successfully the problems of this 2 power blocks. He took one of the new decision. We are not supporting here Russia or here another part side America. We are neutrals. We are not supporting one side Russia or another side America. We are not supporting because of our foreign policy is saying the main objectives of foreign policy, last one we already discussed, world peace and coexistence. So on this based, we are not coming to war against any other country. Our main intention want to keep peace in all over the world. So in that purpose, we are not supporting here Russia or either here America. We are neutrals. So when these like of ideas or philosophy they implemented by Indian government, some of the other countries also they supported the policy of non-alignment movement. So when they started or when they supported these of the non-alignment movement, so on this based, there are some of the countries they supported. So one of the new group emerged in the world, third party or third countries, that only we are calling as the non-alignment movement countries or third world countries. First one is who are supporting America, that is one of the power block. Second one is who are supporting Russia, that is second one. And another one, third world countries, that in who are they came, who are they supported neutral system is non-alignment. So non-aligned movement. So who are supported, for them they give a name as a third world countries. So on that time, Means any problems they arise on the time in world situation, our government or our foreign policy or our leader, they solve that one successfully. So on this based on this only foreign policy, after that we can see one of the important leader, for example Lal Bahadur Shastri, and another one is Indira Gandhi. In war session time or war time, they are so successfully they implemented by foreign policy. They maintained foreign policy successfully. For example, we did war against Pakistan and we did war against China in the period of Indira Gandhi and period of Lal Bahadur Shastri. But we maintained peace in all over the world, and we successfully solved the war. Which one is useful to maintain this like a peaceful, or how we solve this one war? Because of our foreign policy. We have mentioned in that already. What was the objectives of our countries against other countries? And not only these are the leaders. After once again we can say after that they are saying later that Dr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, we already know Atal Bihari Vajpayee is a prime minister, former prime minister. In that time also, Atal Bihari Vajpayee also, he also supported foreign policy and he improved in that foreign policy. So on this based, we kept some of the good relationship with Pakistan also in the during of Atal Bihari Vajpayee period. In Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when they started rule, on the time also we did battle against Pakistan, but based on foreign policy, we maintained good relationship with Pakistan. Because of, already I told once again, because of our main objective is want to maintain peace and coexistence. We also want to live and others also. So these are the important points about non-alignment movement. Okay, next one we can see another achievements we done, that only is saying anti-imperialism. So what is anti-imperialism? Means only this much. If any other country, if they kept their powers in other countries. For example, here they given our foreign policy, always the opposing anti-imperialism. Why they opposing anti-imperialism? So because of here they say each country also sovereign country. Each country also have some of the speciality. Each country also some of the culture, tradition, their own language, their own history. So on this based should not interfere any other country in internal issues. Means in anti-imperialism, that only they showing. What is that one saying in anti-imperialism? Means if any problems arise in a particular country, any internal problems, should not interfere any other outer countries in that particular problems. Means that is their particular problems. They only can solve that one problems. Why others they want to come and they want to solve this one? Because they have their own history, their own tradition, their own respect. They can solve. They knowing how to solve the problems. So that only here they are saying by India. We should oppose anti-imperialism. So on this based we can see in that based in the beginning we also came under the policy of imperialism. Before 1947, some other countries they interfere the problems or situations of India. They only control the problems and they only control the situation. We are knowing that one already. European countries, some of the countries they came before the 1947. They only started to rule in India. After when we started struggle against that particular European countries, after we got independence. So on this basis we are saying each country also have their own rights, means their own sovereignty. Means they also have so much of powers. They have own respect, or own culture, own tradition. So should not interfere any other country. So that's why India also they told that about this one anti-imperialism. They are saying no corner of the world shall have imperialism. Any one country, any one corner, Is there enough? One of the small country should not interfere any other country because they have that much of ability. They can solve the problems. Why other countries or why other people they want to interfere in that particular problems? No, should not come this like of situations. That like our Indian government said in the Conference of Asian Countries of 1949 and 1955. So these are the important points about anti-imperialism. So next session we can discuss next topics. Okay, thank you.